Well, it had an impact, obviously. Kosovo destabilized the entire world order. In other words, once a precedent was made, it meant that any movement in any country at all that thought that it deserved independence, seeking the right patron, it gave it hope that it could get one and that its aspirations would be recognized. So no matter how hard the West tried to convince everyone, chiefly the United States, that this was a specific, unique case, obviously it isn't, and others were warning about it as well. And in Georgia, we see maybe the first big aftermath, the first big consequence of the declaration of Kosovo's independence.
So, what can Georgia do about it?
Well, Georgia, I think, made a mistake at the start. The move that was made on August 8th was, from here, it appeared to be a unilateral move. In other words, it's very hard to go back now. Before August 8th, it was, even Russia was saying that it recognized the territorial integrity of both Abkhazia and South Ossetia. After August 8th, we've heard many voices from Moscow that that may not any longer be the case. Georgia is in a very difficult position because they made the move, and now it's very tough. It would be embarrassing for the president, Saakashvili, to pretty much withdraw now. So Georgia has put itself, I would say, in a very difficult situation.
Does that mean that we could see a change of regime perhaps in Georgia, that Saakashvili's actions have had a serious consequence on his own position?
Well, I think so. I think it would be very important for the Russian leadership to underline that, because perhaps it's made it very difficult for Russia to talk to the Saakashvili presidency in Georgia. And maybe the only possible solution, a first step out, would be some kind of a change of regime, some kind of a change of partners, because I don't think there is a trust anymore between Saakashvili and the Kremlin and Moscow. So I think that's the biggest problem right now we have in that region.
Relations, of course, very tense between Moscow and many Western countries. We've just heard today, obviously, that the Russian parliament is backing up the independence appeals of Georgia's breakaway republics. Now, what do you think at this stage, when it's still very, very tense, what do you think will be the reaction of the international community after hearing what's come out of Moscow today?
Well, once again, the international community, I would say, you probably mean the Western countries. The Western countries are mostly towing the line of the United States, Great Britain right now, although I think the reactions are not behind closed doors as uniform as they appear to be in public. I think that, of course, the pressures from Washington and London will continue to be on Russia. This is a public relations battle. On the other hand, the international community now also includes countries like China, like India, and it'd be very interesting to hear their own reactions. I think they're following this very, very carefully, and I think that Moscow itself is considering voices from both sides, from both East and West. I think the West, I think many countries in the European Union itself that haven't recognized Kosovo to this day are the ones who are most uncomfortable at what is going on in Georgia right now. I would say Romania, Spain, Slovakia, Cyprus, those are countries that are very, very uncomfortable with what is going on in Georgia, and I think they would be the loudest to say, here, we told you this would happen. However, they're not the ones who are calling the shots. Calling the shots is Washington, London, Brussels, let's say the majority opinion in Brussels. And I think unfortunately, I would say that the voices critical of Russia will probably continue because I think they've already taken their side. And that is also another thing that is not good right now.